I cut my pieces for the top panel and then for where I'm going to attach the knobs for the oven. I'm going to round the corners again on these pieces. And I'm going to ink around the edges. So for this one, I have my little clock charm that I'm going to use. You can also look on Google and just download an image of a little clock, and you can just cut around it and use that. And then for the knobs, I use fasteners, 1-inch fasteners, and they're gold colored. And all I do is I just put this through an eyelet like that. And then I'm going to open the brad on the other side of my cardstock, and that will form my little knob. Now I want to make sure that I'm going to position these properly. So I'm going to take a piece of silk paper and I'm going to cut it the same height and width as my panel. And then I'm going to fold it in two. So my little clock will go in the middle, and then I want to have my little knobs on each side. So I'm going to have one here and maybe one here. Then I can just fold this in two. And then use that as a template for where I'm going to attach my knobs. Now these are going to be quite long, so I think I'll just trim off a bit of these ends because I don't need them that long. So I put my little eyelet upside down, like that, and then I push this through. I might need to make my holes a little bit bigger. there's my panel, and I'll attach my clock after. I want to get this onto my oven, so I'll just put some two-sided on the back. And I'll put a little bit of glue on the edges. And I'll just remove the lid, and I'm going to position this centered left to right and top to bottom on the panel. Like that. So now I'm going to glue on my little clock. And I'll just let that dry. Meanwhile, I'm going to work on the little panel on the front of the oven. Again, I'm going to use my brads and eyelets for knobs. So I'm going to punch my little holes at the ends. This prong is a little bit long. I'll trim it some more. Okay. Then I'm going to put my little heart on, and I'm going to make a little dimensional. So I'm just going to use a small piece of chipboard. And just pop it up like that. And then I'm going to center that on here. And now I can place it on my oven. Put a little bit of glue in my glue gun, make sure it's nice and solid, and then I center this. And there we go. That's really cute. So I'm going to finish embellishing this off screen. I'm going to put my little flat back pearls around the window in the door, and I'm going to put some pearls along here, and also I'm going to do something about the back side. I might put a little bit of trim because my black border is a little bit wider than the rest. It could stay like that, but I think I'll just put a little piece of trim on there anyways. We're almost done. But I just remembered we also have to make the feet for the oven if you want to make feet. So I'll just show you first what I did. Here's my little flat back pearls that I put along the edges here and on the back, on the oven door. And then on the back, I added a little punch border and some more pearls here. So let's get started on the feet. I make my feet using the fasteners or the brads and some beads that have a wide enough opening to accommodate the prongs of the brad, and that's how I make my feet. So I want to attach them about ½ an inch away from the edge of the box. So in order to do that, I just cut a little square that's ½ an inch by ½ an inch. Flip my box over, and I position this in the corner like that, and then I'm just going to draw a little mark at the other corner to show where the feet should go. And that way they'll be evenly spaced. Next, I'll take a sharp tool to punch the holes. when you punch, make sure you're supporting the bottom underneath, because you don't want to destroy your box. You're going to have to push fairly hard, and also make sure you don't punch through your hand. I think I'll use my other tool. It's much stronger. This one. Do that for each foot. Now I can take my first one and I just push the prongs through the holes, and then on the inside I just separate the prongs. So you don't have to go out and buy any items really to make this little oven. You can just make your own, improvise. And I also have a tutorial that shows how to make feet for your projects. I'll try and remember to post a link to it in the description of this video. And if I forget, someone can just remind me and I'll post it. So I think this looks really cute. I like these feet. I had some old jewelry that wasn't being used and I just kept the beads. There. So my feet are attached. Now I don't want these excuse me, prongs to be visible. So I took a piece of paper and I put some two-sided tape on the back, and I measured it to make sure that it would fall easily into the box like that. So now I'm going to remove the two-sided tape backing. And then I'll just let that fall in there, like that, and then press down to adhere it. And that gives a nice finish inside the box. So now my oven is completed. I think it turned out great. Oops, I put the lid on backwards. Now it's completed. So I'll show you quickly the category cards that I made. I'm probably going to use a lighter colored cardstock so the recipes can be written on the back. But then again, for the tabs, I just use my top note punch, or you can use probably any punch that you already have, and cut some tabs and put them on your cards. And I'm just going to put a strip of two-sided tape on here. I inked my edges. Now I want to show you how I go about distributing these so that they're even. In this little oven, I had my 5 cards like that, and I distributed my tabs evenly across. And that's really simple to do. I start with my first card, and I'm going to place it close to the left edge, close enough to the left edge. And I'm using my scoreboard because this way it'll be really nice and straight. I position my tab up against the top where I want it, and I can slide my card stock up to the measurement that I want, and I put my first tab down. Now, to find out where to put your other tabs, do the same thing with the last one. So I'm going to put it about the same distance away from the end. Like that. Now my 3 other tabs, I would put another card on top here, and then I can see how to position my tabs so that they're pretty lined up evenly going across. So that's an easy way to do it. So after I've got my tabs on here, I would mat, and my matting would cover the bottom edge of the tab. Like I said, I would probably use a lighter colored cardstock because I want to write my recipes on the back. Now the other thing to remember when you're putting your tabs on, don't have them stick up too high because you still want these to fit inside your box. These ones just fit inside. Okay, and if I had them up any higher, then I wouldn't be able to put my lid on very well. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed working with this project, and I would really like to see pictures of the little stoves that you make. That would be a real hoot. So have a nice day and happy crafting. Bye.